Hello guys, today I'm gonna discuss to you the summary of all chapters of the bridging of CNA version 7, the switching routing rights essentials. First, we have the module 10, which is about the LAN security concepts. We have the first is the our 10.1, the endpoint security. Next is under the endpoint security is the network attacks today, the network security devices, the endpoint protections, and Cisco email security appliance, and the Cisco web security appliance, and check the next is the 10.2, which is the access control, and under of it is the authentication with the local password. Then the AAA components, which is the authentication, the authorization, and the accounting. And next, the 802.1x, the standards of, of the Wi-Fi. The next is the 10.3, which is the layer 2 security threats, and under that is the layer 2 vulnerabilities, the switch attack categories, and switch attack mitigation techniques, and how to mitigate an attacks using the switches. Next is the MAC address table attack. Under the MAC address table attack is the switch operation review, and the MAC address table flooding, the MAC address table attack, attack mitigation. The next is the 10.5, which is the LAN attacks. We under it is we have the video there, the VLAN DHCP attacks, of how it works, the VLAN hopping attacks, and VLAN double tagging attack, and the DHCP messages, the DHCP attacks, and we have there also the video of the ARP attacks, the STP attacks, and CDP reconnaissance, and the ARP attacks, the address spoofing attack, the STP attack, the CDRP reconnaissance, the one that I mentioned earlier. Next is we have the 11.2, which is the module 11, which is about the switch security configuration, and we have the first we have the implement of port security, which is the 11.2, 11.1, sorry. And now we have the under of it is the secured unused ports, the mitigate MAC address table attacks, which tackle the enable port security, the limit learn MAC address, and and how to configure the switch using the MAC address. We have three ways to configure it, which is the first is the manually configured, and next is the dynamically learned. Third is the dynamically learned sticky. Next is the port security aging. We have the two types of aging that supported per port, which is the absolute and inactivity, and we have also next the 11.0, which is the mitigate villain attacks. We have the steps of to mitigate villain hopping attacks. We have the next is the 11.3, which is the mitigate the HCP attacks. We have the DHCP spoofing. We have also the 11.3. Under the 11.3, the mitigate DHCP attack is the steps to implement DHCP attack. Next, the DHCP snooping configuration, and we showed some examples there. Next is the 11.4, which is the mitigate ARP attacks, and ARP means the address resolution protocol, and we have also the 11.5, which is the mitigate STP attacks, which stands STP stands for spanning tree protocol. We have the part fast and BPDU guard. We should also the configure part fast, the configure of BPDU guard bridge protocol data unit, and next is the 11.6, which is the sorry. Uh, Next is the chapter 12, which is the Wallen concepts. Like, 12.1 is the introduction to the wireless. We have the benefits of wireless, the types of wireless networks. We have the wireless personal area networks. We have four types of wireless networks, which is the WPAN, the WLAN, the WAMAN, the WANS, which the WPAN means the wireless personal area networks. Wireless LAN is WLAN, wireless MANs, and wireless wide area network. Next is the type of wireless technologies. We have the Bluetooth, the WiMAX, the cellular broadband, the satellite broadband, and we have also the IEEE WLAN standard. We have the 802.11, we have the 802.11a, 802.11b, 802.11g, the 802.11n, the 802.11ac. We have also the 802.11ax, and they have the different radio frequencies, which ranges to 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz. Uh, the speed limits of them are ranging from 2 Mbps to 1.3 gigabps. Next, we have also the 12. Uh, we have also the 12.2 wireless concept. We have also the wireless NICs network interface card, wireless home router, wireless router servers. The example of it is the access point, the switch, the router, and the autonomous APs, the controllers APs, two categories of access points. We have the wireless antennas, which is the omnidirectional antenna, directional antennas, and multiple output with or MIMO. We have also 12.3, the wireless operation. We have there the ad hoc mode, the wireless topology modes, which is the ad hoc mode, the infrastructure mode, the tethering, which we know as hotspot, and we have also the BSS and ESS. The BSS is basic service set. We have also the ESS is extended service set. We have the 12.4, the CAPWAP, which is the control and provisioning of wireless access points. We have also the split MAC architecture and the details encryption, which DTLS stands for Datagram Transport Layer Security. And we have the Flex Connect APs. We have the two modes of operation for the Flex Connect AP, which is the connected mode and standalone mode. We have also the 12.5, the channel management, frequency channel saturation. The wireless LAN devices have transmitters, and we have also the direct sequence spread spectrum, which is the DSSS, the frequency hopping spread spectrum, the FHSS, orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, or FDM, OFDM. Sorry. Next, we have the 12.6, which is the wireless security overview. We have the interception of data, the wireless intruders, the denial of service attacks or DOS. Next is rogue APs. We have also uh, the the what is this? Next is the 12.7. We have the SSID cloaking in MAC address filtering and MAC address filtering. We have also the 802.11 origin authentication method, which is the open system authentication. It uses VPNs, the shared key authentication, and it provides mechanisms. We have also the shared key authentication method, which is the word equivalent privacy or WEP, the Wi-Fi protected access or WPA, the WPA2, the WPA3. Next is the authenticating a home user. We have also the encryption methods, the authentication in the enterprise, and also the reduced server IP address, the UDP port numbers, the shared key. That's for the chapter 12, and we have the chapter 13 about the VLAN configuration. We have the remote site WAN configuration, the configure a basic one on the WLC, and how to configure a WPA2 enterprise WLAN on the WLC, and the troubleshoot WLAN issues. And under the 13.1, which the remote site WLAN is the we have the video there, to how to configure a wireless network, the wireless router, and how to log in to the wireless router, and the basic network setup, the basic wireless setup, the configure a wireless mesh network, the NAT4 IPv4 contains, the quality of service of the network, and port forwarding. Next, the 13.2, which the configure a basic one on the WLC, and under that is the how to configure a basic VLAN on the WLC. Next is to how to log in to the WLC, and how to view an AP information, and how to see the advanced settings, and how to configure a VLAN. Next is the 13.3, which is the configure a W8 enterprise VLAN on the WLC. Under that is the definition of an SNMP and radio server on the WLC, and what about the SNMP and radios, and how to configure an SNMP server information, and how to configure also the radio server information. Sorry. and and how to configure a VLAN for a new VLAN. Next, we have the topology with VLAN 5 addressing, and how to configure a new interface, and we have there also how to configure a DHCP scope, configure the WPA2 enterprise VLAN, and configure a WPA2 enterprise VLAN in actual, and XD 13.4, which is the troubleshoot VLAN issues. We have the troubleshooting approaches, the wireless client is not connecting, and troubleshoot when the network is slow, and lastly is the updating the firmware. Okay guys, that's all for the summary of the CCNA version 7 um, bridging with the switching, routing, and wireless essentials.